Hello guys, welcome to Shift Adventures again. Today what we're going to talk about is a new lens I got from a Nikon Z6 camera, and it's one of the ultra wide angle zoom lenses which is available on the market. It's a Nikon Z14 to 30 f4S lens, and we will unbox this lens now. Before we go any further, I'm gonna just briefly touch on a few main features. It is very lightweight, wide angle zoom lens from Nikon. It's one of the lenses where you have got a filter thread available in front. So this lens from Nikon is the S series, which are the sharp edge-to-edge sharp lenses. It's got its own rectilinear correction, which basically means it will correct any curved lines at the edges, which you normally get with wide angle lenses. It's a f4, not f2.8, but for a f4 it's a very good quality lens. It is extremely sharp and it does gather a lot of light. If you've got a wide angle lens, you don't really have to worry about light too much, because it's going to collect light from all over, and the metering is much more flexible. So without further ado, let's go into the box and see what comes in the package. So right when you open the box, up on top is what I think is a lens hood, which I'm going to put aside for some warranty information, which again I'm gonna just chuck aside. The next thing we pull out is the lens itself. Comes in a bubble wrap and an extra package. We'll put that aside and see if there's anything else we need to pull out before we move on to reviewing the lens. And it also has a lens hood, which comes packed in the box with it. And as you can see, that's all. That's the box emptied by me. For now, I packed that away. First thing I'd like to say to Nikon before I move any further, I've said it in my last video, with your Z lenses, which are fairly expensive lenses. Even this one cost me about £900 off grey market, and it's even more expensive if you get it directly from Nikon. The lens cover or lens pouch which comes with these Z lenses are terrible. They just look like a lens cleaning cloth, and that's not what we're paying for. If you're going to give us a lens pouch, please make it a nice lens pouch, and that would be really nice to have. And with the high quality lenses that you claim they are, I think we should be giving out a decent quality lens pouch as well. So what if you have to charge us another £20 for that? But I do expect, if I spend £1,000 on a lens, to get a good quality lens cloth. Now, before whining about it anymore, let's go and open up the lens and have a look at some of its main features. Okay, so once it comes out of the pack, you see it's the standard Nikon Z lens. Got the Nikon S stands for sharp branding. It's only got one button here, which is the auto and manual focus. It's got a manual focus ring, and it's got an aperture ring, which you can see from up top. The only thing which some people have mentioned about this is that you have to unlock the lens to the 14mm position, and from there onwards you can use it. It actually comes back, but it does retract to a more compact size. Some people complain about it because obviously we are not used to, with Nikon lenses in the past, and we're not used to doing this. But I think personally it is a nice feature. I would definitely like my lenses more compact. I don't want more weight adding onto my lenses just because they have to be in an unlocked position before we can start. So next I'm going to talk about the build quality of this lens. It has a posterior metallic portion, which is this bit here, and the interior bit feels like plastic and is plastic actually. The lens cover is a nice plastic cover, fits tightly, and then you've got a posterior lens cover which is also plastic. and if you take the posterior cover off, you get this beautiful Z mount right at the back. The first thing I noticed when I got this lens is it has a clear label over here which says it's made in Thailand. It's not typical Nikon Premier made in Japan lens. I don't know what difference that makes to the lens quality, but I have not found any issues with any of my lenses which were not manufactured in Japan. Something I have to mention here is this is the first wide angle zoom lens which comes with its filter thread. Normally if you've got a zoom lens, you have to have a arrangement to put filters in front, or they come with tiny box filters behind the glass elements. So this is one of the lenses which has come in and has brought in filter cells. The filter thread size is 82mm, and it is nice to have. It's the same size as my Nikon 24-70 S lens, which is also 82mm, so I can use my filters interchangeably between the two lenses. The weight of this lens, it's a very lightweight lens. If you change my 24-70 for this lens, you can arguably notice a change in weight. It is only 400 grams approximately, while that one is about 600 grams. So there is some difference in weight when you come to changing lenses. It is a very good tool for landscape photographers. Obviously, the widest focal length range is really useful for landscape photographers. It lets you capture that wide field of view which you're looking at. And the good thing about this lens is it doesn't give you that curved edges that you get in other lenses. It does have an internal correction which is applied via Adobe Lightroom, which basically means if you take a wide angled shot, it is gonna try as best as it can to apply some rectilinear correction and keep your horizons as straight as possible. Which you don't get in other lenses. Some people may complain about it, some people don't. I'm not a very professional, serious landscape photographer, so I'm not going to complain about it. I've been able to get pretty good results with it, and I'll be sharing them with you at the end of this video. Something that Nikon has been boasting about very correctly is edge-to-edge sharpness of this lens. And I've used it on my Z6, and I found out that it definitely is edge-to-edge, very sharp lens. I enjoyed it. The pictures that came out were beautiful, and I absolutely think it is a very sharp lens. Now, that was my brief intro of the new lens that I have bought. My initial impressions as a more amateur photographer plus videographer. I like it. It does let me do what I'd like to do. It doesn't have image stabilization, but Nikon Z6 comes with its own in-body image stabilization system. I think you've got a 2.8 option in the F mount, which you can use on the Z mount, but to be honest, I've not had any problems with it. If you are a night sky photographer and you really want that wide aperture of 2.8 and you want to increase the speed of your lens by one stop, yes, definitely wait for it. I think it's supposed to come out in next year, but because I don't do much astrophotography and what I do is quite reasonable with the lenses I've got so far, so I went for this because I wanted it more for its portability, its lightweight and carrying around. I currently own a Nikon 10-20 crop sensor lens, which was brilliant for my D7500, but because I've started using my Z6 more for both pictures and videos, I really wanted something which could fit on that. The only other thing I'd like to say about this lens, the lens hood. Again, same problem with Nikon. You're giving us a premium quality lens, it's costing about £1,000 at least. The least you could do is provide a decent lens hood. It just feels flimsy. I can actually bend it very easily, and it's gonna break. I'm not impressed with that Nikon. I really want to see some good quality accessories with your products, and that would be really nice. If you like my video, if you like the information provided, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you get notified about any new videos that I make. If you like the video, please click the thumbs up button and leave us a comment below of what lenses currently you have got for your wide angle, and if you think having a wide angle zoom lens with a filter thread is going to make much difference to your photography. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again later. Please don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye.